Truck drivers have to stop after a set number of hours. That is federal law, and you have to track them on a driving clock. There are exits where you do not shut down, no matter what your clock says. And then there are hills where you do not even roll down unless you have checked everything twice. These hills do not just eat brakes, they eat the work that feeds your family. We are counting down 8 grades, 8 exact pieces of American road, where a real driver lost his way of making a living, his clean record or his freedom. This goes from bad to the worst, and many of these stories come with a name and a date attached. These are not stories passed around on the CB radio. These come from court papers, police reports, the Colorado Department of Transportation's own records of ramp use, and the names of the drivers involved. We are not sharing rumors. We are giving you proof. Knowing these hills saves more than a tow bill. It saves the thing that puts food on the table. One driver had an escape ramp the government built right on his way down. He never saw it. When the state decided what his mistake was worth, they gave him more prison time than Colorado gives most murderers. Let us get into it. Number 8, Independence Pass, Colorado Highway 82. The first grade on this list is the one where the move that ends a career is not the drive down. It is being on it at all. Colorado 82 over Independence Pass bans any truck longer than 35 feet. That is state law, and the signs are up. But in August 2020, when Interstate 70 shut down for a wildfire, truckers following their everyday GPS got sent straight onto it. Sheriff's deputies in Pitkin County, Colorado, wrote tickets to at least 6 semis. The fines were $1,100 each or more. One of those rigs hit a passenger car from behind at midnight. The sheriff's sergeant told the Aspen Times, a local paper, either they can't read the signs or they just don't care. Picture it, you are at 12,000 feet in the dark with your warning lights on. The lane is squeezed by fallen rock, and you see your 70-foot rig is on a road where the state of Colorado says it is illegal for you to be. Then a set of deputies' lights fills your mirror. The fine is bad, but the real cost hits when your company's safety desk sees the route report. A GPS does not know a 35-foot rule is real. It just knows the shortest way, and the shortest way leads straight to a ticket. I want to be fair here. The GPS did not know the rule, but the fine lands on you. If your dispatch did not check your route, you are the one with the ticket. Number 7, Ocoee Gorge, US 64 in Tennessee. Our next grade does not just wreck your record, it makes you a federal case. US 64 hugs the Ocoee River so tightly that the eastbound lanes were turned into parking for rafting companies. The water is not scenery. It is a river guarded by federal law, and in May of 2018, a tanker carrying 8,000 gallons of gas and diesel rolled right into it. The EPA, the federal office that guards the land and water, came out. The road shut down to pull the wreck out. Up to 8,000 gallons spilled. Now think about that moment in the cab. A fully loaded tanker rounding a bend, and the white Olympic course water is a few feet from your mirrors. Adrift, that's when the truck slowly moves off its lane. Here is not just a hit on the guardrail. It is a federal cleanup case that follows a driver with a special license to carry heavy loads for life. Any future company that runs a check on your license will see the black mark on your safety record. On this gorge, a single rollover turns into a federal case that never washes off your file because of that water. Number 6, State Route 36, the gravel grade outside Tooele, Utah. You might expect a hill that ends a career to have a famous name. Number 6 is just the route you run every Tuesday. In November of 2023, a loaded gravel truck raced down this stretch with 4 out of 5 of the trailer brakes dead. The truck camera video showed the truck smashing through a car dealership and into more than 30 cars. 11 people got hurt. The driver faced 9 charges. The company owner, Alan Strickland, was charged too. The check after the crash found a rusted-through brake part, even though the owner claimed the trailers had been fixed just days earlier. Picture the driver. He's pumping brakes that are not there. The back of the trailer swings from side to side. The pedal sinks to the floor. Out the windshield, the row of dealership cars gets closer and closer. The criminal charges reached all the way to the boss. That is the part that should bother you. Someone else checked it does not show up as a way out in a charge for putting others in danger. A check you do before driving is not just paperwork. Your life and your boss's life both depend on it. Number 5. Rabbit Ears Pass, US 40 in Colorado. The next grade has an escape ramp 4 miles up the hill from where the crash happened, and the driver who died never reached it. On October 31st, 2016, a cement mixer drifted off the road near mile marker 141. That is right where the road demands a left-hand turn on a near 7% grade. The truck rolled onto its roof, and the driver, Harry Milton Watson, was killed. Colorado's road department ran a campaign called Mountain Rules and tracked the escape ramp at mile marker 142. That ramp was used 10 times in 5 years. Watson's crash happened a mile past it, at the curve where the weight shifts hardest. Here's the scene. A loaded cement truck comes into that final left curve. The weight shifts, the trailer starts to go, and the driver fights the wheel while the ramp sits 4 miles behind him. The ramp is there, paid for and waiting, but it only works if you are still in control when you pass it. The state road department says 13 miles an hour on this downhill run. That is not a light number. It is the speed that keeps that left curve in front of you instead of under you. Number 4. Parley's Canyon, Interstate 80 in Utah. Not every grade on this list is a 2-lane road with a steep drop. Parley's Canyon is 6 lanes wide, cut through rock. On a rainy night in 2023, that did not matter. June 19th, a driver out of Houston hauling sheet metal drifted left near Lambs Canyon. The road was wet, and it was 9:30 at night. The truck hit the concrete center wall, rolled, and slid back across the lanes. The driver died. Utah Highway Patrol shut Interstate 80 down for hours. An open freeway, wipers on, and the driver feels the trailer suddenly pull left. Then the loud crunch of concrete as the cab slams sideways and the load of sheet metal peels the trailer open. Light traffic and a wide road plant a false sense of safety. But the center wall that stops you from crossing into oncoming traffic is also what kills the driver on hit. On a wet night through a canyon, the posted speed is a strict maximum, not a gentle suggestion. I stand by it. Number 3, Virgin River Gorge, Interstate 15 on the Arizona-Utah line. Now we enter the canyon that keeps throwing trucks off the edge. The same gorge, the same soft shoulder, that's the unpaved road edge that can collapse under weight. The same deadly end, more than once. They spent a fortune cutting this highway through the rock, and it still gives you no room to fix a mistake. In May of 2018, a semi hauling electronics drifted right at mile marker 23. The shoulder was soft. The truck went into the air and dropped 70 to 80 feet cab first into a deep valley, throwing the driver out. An Arizona State Police sergeant said it had to have happened in the dark because no one passing by ever reported the crash. Then in August 2020, another rig blew up on bridge number 7, hanging over the side. The moment a driver sees the shoulder is gone, the cab tilts. The wheel jerks from your hands. The headlights catch nothing but black canyon air where road should be. In the Virgin River Gorge, a drift fix has to start in the first foot. There is a second chance past the white line. Now, if you are running through Colorado next week, you need to see these last 2 grades. Here's my question for you. What is the stretch of road that made you pull over and check your brakes? Drop that highway in the comments. That is how I will know who really made it this deep into the video. And if you want the most dangerous hills before you hit the road, hit that subscribe button. Let us finish this. Number 2, Straight Creek Canyon, Interstate 70 westbound out of Colorado. This next hill holds the most used runaway truck ramp in the whole country. 75 stops in 5 years. And it still was not enough. 5.5 miles of 7% grade heading west from the Eisenhower Tunnel. On October 12, 2025, a driver lost control near mile marker 208, hit the center wall, and the rig rolled and burned. The driver, a man riding with him, and a 9-year-old girl all died. The ramp sits at the bottom, well past the point where this crash happened. Charlie Stubblefield, who runs Mountain Recovery, says he has had drivers who used that ramp quit on the spot. They walk into his office and say, "Take me to an airport, I am done." Picture a driver smelling smoke. The brakes become as slippery as glass from heat. He sees the curve ahead. He knows the ramp is downhill, but the speed is already too high. The most used escape ramp in America sits on this hill. And one October morning, the crash happened before the truck ever reached it. Number 1. Mount Vernon Canyon, Interstate 70 in Colorado. That brings us to the grade that put a driver behind bars for longer than most murderers, for one hill, one afternoon, and a ramp he swore he never saw. April 25th, 2019. Rogel Aguilera Mederos lost his brakes hauling wood. He topped 100 miles an hour, passed several exits and the runaway ramp itself, and crashed into stopped traffic. 4 people died. He was sentenced to 110 years under a law that adds up the required prison time for each charge. A governor later cut it to 10 years after a strong public outcry, but that sentence still stands as the warning. The driver said in court he never saw the signs. The ramp was built and paid for, but the state road department later rebuilt the whole thing. They added better signs and a deeper bed of rock to stop trucks, because the old ramp was rarely used and almost unseen by a panicked driver. Here is the scene. The driver stands on his brake pedal, picking up speed. He searches for a ramp that doesn't stand out. Then he sees stopped cars fill the windshield at the bottom. The ramp was there. Knowing where it is before the brakes give out is the difference between keeping your job and going to prison. 8 grades, 8 real drivers, and every single one of them had a moment before the crash where the crash was still something they could have avoided. A missed sign, a ramp not seen, a route the GPS picked but the law did not allow, brakes that were 80% gone. The mountain never reached out and grabbed a driver. It just waited for the choice that came a few miles earlier. The map every experienced driver carries in his head marks those choice points, not just the mile markers. Take a moment for the drivers who walked away, the ones who used the ramps and got a second chance, and the ones who never climbed back in a rig after their day on these hills. The men and women on this list are a warning, but they were also us. Drop the exit or the hill you would tell a new driver to stay clear of, the one that nearly ended your career, or the career of someone you know. Name it, the state, and what happened. We read every single one, and the best make it into the next list. If you want to keep that map fresh before you hit the road, that button below is your headlights through the fog. Hit it. Until next time, stay safe out there. And if you are rolling out of Eisenhower tonight, shift into a lower gear a mile early.